Let's go over our lineup review, shall we? For week 8 in the NFL, which was a weird season. So far, I think in the NFL, the games have been kind of weird. The fantasy's been all over the place. I've struggled in DFS. That's what I kind of pride myself on. And that sounds weird. But, you're going to get an honest, a lot of these shows that you watch or podcast or anything, it's everyone winning. But I have not had a good year. And we'll start on FanDuel, where my cash games were crap. I did a really good GPP score on this one. Of course, that Miami team was the way to go. This was my best score on FanDuel, 175. And with a Tua, Hill, this was a skinny stack, meaning I only stacked one. I should have stacked two. I did not. The winning lineup did not have. How about that? The winning lineup with Justin Fields. So I went Tua with Hill. Did not run it back with anybody. Got a little different. I liked having McCaffrey and Pollard, especially McCaffrey at 10%. Went with Jacoby Myers, which, I think for 6,600, that's not bad. Seahawks D was good. George Pickens killed me. That was the one that killed me. This dark zone right here. I mean, boy, if I was better and I should have played, probably have tried to get an eagle in there. Trying to see where it could have paid down. Yeah. Well, it just didn't work. But that was my best. My cash process was this. And, you can see out of the 20, top 10 cash, just didn't work out. So I was a good 22 points behind the cash line. I just always pay up on FanDuel for quarterbacks, but didn't have to. I start by building my running backs. I had to have these two. Derrick Henry was not highly owned. Even at his price tag of $10,000, I still could have won this had I got off Hurts, paid down a little bit. It's really the way to go on quarterbacks. It doesn't make sense to pay up because of the difference in points sometimes. You can get a guy really cheap that can almost do that. Even with 4 touchdowns, Hurts had 1 point less than Tua. So, because you really don't want to have Dorsett in your lineup. That's more of a GPP. I thought Moistit would be better, 75% owned. So that didn't really kill me. What killed me was here, having the receivers. DJ Moore was the right play. I mean, look at that, Robinson actually paying down it really wasn't horrible. It just paying down here and going up more for maybe a Hill would have been the way to go. So that just didn't work on the good old FanDuel. DraftKings, I was a little better, and I do Rainmakers too. Those are NFTs. I'll show you that another time. But I did pretty good on here. Played a lot of these 5-player leagues. Cash line was high, but these are 10-player leagues, top 5 cash. So you can see I had a good score of 182.64. A lot of people had good scores, but Ellinger, I didn't care. At 4,000, you're looking for 2.5. Basically, what you're trying to do. Not the calculator. 60,000 times 2.5 is you're looking for 150. Obviously, last week you needed a little bit more, but Ellinger at 4, if he gets 3 times or 2.5 times, 4 times 2, that's 10 points. That's all we needed. 854 was fine. 1 touchdown, he smashes at that. It allowed me to get Henry, Pollard, Walker, who didn't work. But again, pretty good lineup. I had some pretty good guys here. But What you really want to do, and I'm correcting myself, is the high total. And I knew this going in. The high total games, Miami and Philly. You've got to, in cash games, you have to have those guys in your lineup because even if they don't hit, because look at Hill was 80% owned. Did he have any Eagles in this lineup? He did not. Kamara was a great play too, but AJ Brown. AJ Brown was someone I think I had in a lineup and then took out, but you got to find a way. Those high total games, you got to have those players in. So that was my cash game. Playing a little Madden tournament right now. GPPs weren't good. My best GPP was this one. Went with a Murray to Hopkins, and I loved Hopkins for the price too. And Ertz, which worked out. 3 touchdowns, ran it back with Thielen, Pollard, Morsteed, Jacoby Myers with Patriots defense. This is not a bad lineup. Thielen didn't work. Dorsett didn't work. Winning lineup probably had 253. Tua to Hill. Did not run it back with anyone. Pollard. Carolina game. Secondary stack. That's good. So, all right. Check me out Twitter at the Radio Mike. YouTube page. Check me out. Just search Mike Antonellis. That's my Week 8 lineup review.